Hi, my name is Hannah Rose Kandel. I am 26 years old. I am a daughter, sister, friend, artist, student, and an advocate for persons with additional needs. I was diagnosed on the autism spectrum when I was 15 months old. I am very fortunate because my father is a neurologist and my mother was a special education teacher. I received early intervention and, as my parents would say, and lots of it.
Do you remember in the early days, Hannah? How did you become this independent, adult young woman?
Early intervention.
And how much intervention?
Too much.
A lot of intervention. Do you remember you had physical therapy, occupational therapy, behavior therapy, art therapy? What other therapies? Speech and language therapy. Did it help?
Video therapy.
Oh, you did? Oh, we did. We would video, so you could watch yourself on video. We did do that.
Yes.
Did those things help?
Yes. I have an older brother named Max and a younger sister named Gina. I was sandwiched between the two.
I think something that I experienced, and I still experience it, is that when we're in social situations, sometimes Hannah will say or do something that's not what we call neurotypical, and that's something we discuss at length in our family. And I oftentimes would get very uncomfortable or embarrassed, and I learned that those are teachable moments, as my mom refers to them. They're an opportunity for us to pause and talk it through, for Hannah to learn and for others around us to learn about Hannah. And in those moments, I often found that people are much kinder and more compassionate and understanding than I gave them credit for. And so I think giving others the opportunity to show the wonderful traits that are already in them and not jumping to the conclusion that just because it's uncomfortable for me, it's uncomfortable for someone else. Hannah's brought out the kindness in others around us. And I think that's been a wonderful lesson for me to witness that and experience it. It's patience that I've had to learn, patience with Hannah and patience with myself. It's given me, I think, a greater understanding and greater compassion.
Parents have to understand not everyone is born with that gene of being empathetic or compassionate or even patient. And I knew this from my days of teaching in the classroom, of making teachable moments. And that no matter where you were, whether you were at home or out in the community, and if something would come up, which it usually did, that you just kind of have to take a deep breath and explain, I need to make this a teachable moment for all of us. My daughter's on the autism spectrum, and we may have to role play or repeat something, and everyone learned from that experience. I never had a stranger look at me straight in a different way. There was always a smile at the end, and everyone walked away having learned from that experience.
And I think if you know one person with additional needs, you know one person with additional needs. Everyone's unique, everyone's different. For us, with Hannah, we were very intent on the academic intervention and the social and behavioral. One of the things we weren't aware of was the play activities. Because Hannah having additional needs, it was hard for her to get invited to birthday parties or other activities because she needed support. And we realized we had a behavior specialist come over and said, wow, she's doing great with her math and her language and her this and her that, but how is she playing with others? And that's when we decided to come up with this Fun Friday and Camp Kandel, where we would have typical individuals and individuals with additional needs. They would come over and we would sabotage their playtime. Let's make a rainbow, everybody. But this one didn't have a red crayon. This one didn't have an orange. They had to say, I want that, give me that, share that. And it would teach them over months and months and years how to interact in a social situation. And for Hannah, that was very important because that taught her how to socially be more typical.
I also have a wonderful full access service dog, Golden Retriever, named Honeybun, who is 9 years old. She is my best friend. We worked with Jeannie Bates at Paws Assistance Dogs for 2 years. I am currently a student at the Dan Marino Foundation at FIU in Miami. I am working towards my certification in Microsoft Office Specialist, MOS. My current internship is at the State Attorney's Office in Miami, Florida.
In addition to the Microsoft Office training that you're receiving that will help you find employment, what else have you been doing a few days a week with Dan Marino?
Internship at
Where?
Miami State Attorney Law Office.
Very cool. What do you do with the internship?
Report evidence and some office work.
So you've gained some skills?
Yes. I have been chosen to be the 2018 featured artist for an organization called Additional Needs Incorporated. I don't like to be called disabled or special. I have hopes, dreams, and I am passionate about many things. I like continuing my education, making friends, volunteering, working, writing, painting, exercising, and working on my friendship bracelets.
We used to see with our kids on the spectrum that they would just focus in on certain things, and it was all about, no, you've got to get them more, be able to generalize more. And that has really made a 180. Now they're saying, you see that the child has that interest. Go with that interest and take that interest to lead them to the next step to generalize. And that's very different and very new. I like that a lot more than trying to make them stop what they're curious about, naturally curious about. That's been a big change.
I think also one of the very interesting, eye-opening experiences for me early on when people noticed that Hannah was different was that I would hear the question over and over, what do you hope for her? What do you expect for her? I didn't understand that question because my hopes and expectations for Hannah were the same as for my other two children, my typical children. I want her to be the best she can be and excel and do the best she can. And I've told Mary and I've told her educators and her behavior therapists and interventionists over and over, wherever you set the bar, that's where Hannah will reach. You set it low, that's all she'll do. You set it high, she'll reach high. So I think having people understand, if you expect more from these individuals, they'll give you more. We just need to give them a little assistance to get there.
My bracelets are being featured on the Additional Needs Incorporated website. There are 4 different styles: dream, believe, achieve, awareness. Everyone can be a productive member of their community. Help me help others with additional needs.